Good morning, afternoon, evening to my global beings and friends out there. Um, Now, I just want to really talk about something here because I'm getting a lot of messages, obviously through the videos I'm doing, but I'm getting a lot of messages and people still using templates and, things that other people have done and other people have given you as a tool. I need to make one thing clear. And you may resonate with this or you may not. It's up to you completely. As I say, it's your free will choice to do whatever you like. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. I'm just suggesting that maybe the templates we use are great, okay, but I keep trying to push this as hard as I can. We need to create our own notices and our own contracts, or whatever you want to call them. It's all very well that other people give you these tools, and then you go off and use them, not really understanding what they are because you don't understand them because you didn't create them. If you end up creating your own templates or your own letters or your own cover letters, then we're talking about the power of intent. If you create something, then the creation is yours, right? It's yours alone. And by that doing of that letter or that notice or whatever, by you actually being the creator of that, it has a lot more intention to it. The action that you take is your intentional action to that person you're writing that letter to. This is really important because I've sent templates in the past and got letters back saying this template, get offline and get this and that. If we stop doing that, I'm not saying to everyone stop doing it, because if you don't understand how you can write your own letters and that, then fine, you use the templates. I'm not saying don't use them, because they're great tools. But the more we try to create our own templates or our own letters or our own contracts or whatever you want to call, then the actual outcome becomes a lot more powerful. We have been given a chance by certain people. Now, even if the OPPT or the one people never came about, right, and never came into fruition, even now that the movement has started, and it was starting before the OPPT, but the OPPT tried to finalise things, and I'm sure there are certain things I need to do to actually finalise it. But that's a starting point. Now, what I take from what they've been telling us is, it's your time to create. It's your time to use the skill sets and the knowledge that you have to create something of your own. Because we are all creations and we are all creative. You know, we have this power in us to create life. We have this power in us to create all sorts of wonderful and amazing things. So once we realize that the creation of things can only be done by you, for you to understand it, then things will happen a lot easier and things will be a lot easier. Because once everyone starts creating their own letters and their own things, people are going to start going, wow, what is going on with people? You know, what has spurred this on? Then people start taking notice. But if people get the same document from everyone, then they're just going to go, well, someone else out there is giving us these tools and we're using them. But then for us to break down the system, we need to totally take ourselves out of it and use our own and start mapping our own ways of doing things. I mean, the laws are put there. We all know why a law is put there. to stop you doing something that they don't want you to do, right? So if you totally ignore a law, it doesn't mean that, you know, you're acting unlawfully. It means that you just don't recognise that law that they put in front of you. And by us using other people's creations, I think that is why we're not getting the effect that I think we're looking for. I think it's very important that everyone uses their own creation or their own creative minds to come up with these so-called courtesy notices and stuff like that, because these are only templates, right? You can use the information on that template to create your own, right, which is has more power than using someone else's. And I mean, they were great. All the courtesy notices are fantastic. They really are. They really do send a message home. But I think that now the time for us to start putting everything into action. I mean, we're all very well that we can sit here and sit at home and send out courtesy notices and hope things go away. But in reality, they're not. You know, we can see it all over the place. They're not actually going away. They're just looking at them and going, oh yes, just another one of those courtesy notices. And people are still losing their houses, and people are still hanging tough trying to pay their bills, right? But what you need to do individually, but individually in the collective of this freedom movement that I can see, in this energy that's manifesting this freedom, if we can then start creating like books, everyone creates their everyone comes up with ideas of how we can create this book that everyone has to, or everyone doesn't have to do anything, but everyone can sort of use as like a mini constitution. I'm not saying that we write a constitution. I'm just saying that we have a set of uniformed sort of I suppose guidelines as such, not even rules and regulations, because I believe that rules and regulations are what enslaves people, right, into doing and acquiescing to someone else's interpretations. What we need to do is then create a unified set of steps that can be used and utilised. And it doesn't have to be ironclad, written in stone, but these are things that people can use just to move your perception into the way of creation, and not of waiting for other people to give you the tools, because we already have all these tools. So I'm just trying to say that maybe it's time for us to actually start being and doing as we are, as the people that we are, because this is so important. You know, we all have to realise that these tools are great. They really are. I'm not saying I'm not firing on anyone's parade. I'm just saying that it's now time that we actually start creating and manifesting our own realities and our own doing, right? This is so important, and now it's time for all you groups out there to start uniting and working together, bringing all our skill sets together and working as a unified collective, and coming up with a perfected way that we can beat the old system. Because coming into the new era, so we have to start coming with new ideas and not keep using and rehashing old ideas into what we think is new, because they're not. They're just always interpretations of someone else's idea. So we have to now start believing that we can come up with new ideas, completely new, completely unique. So I really urge people to sort of really think about that. And I mean, if anyone sort of resonates with this or doesn't, it's entirely your free will choice. So just to put it out there, that was all. Thanks everyone for listening. I know I whined on a bit, but thanks everyone for listening, and I hope to connect with you all soon on an energetic and physical level. Thank you.